coming on, and a lot of people are looking forward to this.
It's
going
big.
to Bukom Boxing Arena. We're
It's
giving
big.
we're giving 5 tickets before we end the show.
Sure.
At 8:30.
Sure.
Patrick up against Lusambeya.
It's big. Look, for those of us who've actually had the time to talk about this fight week in, week out, every single day, what I have continuously been saying is the fact that Ghanaians, boxers, don't normally have it easy against the Ugandans. They've proven to be a very hard nut to crack anytime they've come across our boxers. The likes of Obodasa will tell you. And for me, I think if you look at how far Patrick Alote has come, 41 fights, 38 wins, 34 by knockout. I think if there's any Ghanaian boxer out there who deserves to be a world champion, I think Patrick Alote is one of them. So I am appealing to the people of this country, especially those of us within Accra, those in Medina, those in the Gang community, the Jamestown, the Koloko, the Choco, the Bukom. Please, let's go and fill that 4,400 capacity Bukom Arena, because we need to support Patrick Alote, Harrison Latte, and Evans.
I mean, 3 WBO.
3.
You know,
it has never happened before. Maybe this is the second time it is happening. And I want to say, I spoke to Patrick myself yesterday, and he said, Coach, if you get the opportunity today on this platform, I want you to thank Ivan Bruscujo of Travel Matters, and then he's the CEO of Kabek Promotions and Management. Ivan, Patrick says, I should extend his personal gratitude to you, and that he's most grateful for all that you've done for him and continue to do for him. Dr. KK Sapon of GMPC surely is going to be at the Bukom Arena today to grace the occasion, and that solely has been done by Reverend Eric Nate, who actually has that personal relation. And it is time that GMPC should be looking beyond football, and if there's any sports out there that have actually marketed this country better than any other, I think it is boxing. So let's get GMPC to put some money into boxing, and let's ensure that boxing get to the level that it needs to get to. So let's troop, all of us troop to the Bukom Arena. It is against the norm of the show, but I have to speak Gang for my people in the Gang community to come there. Please, Mingpanify, mene, benabaka tra, majekpa, wonpanify, ne ya ni Bukom Arena, jamayi. Wanyaminu wabi wanofia no Patrick Alote eke badulu samba no mene no Mingpanify mo fia maya aka adumo gate se inye noko nye payer 20 Ghana, 30 Ghana, 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana, 200, 300. Befe be no, if you no tano na minche ticket eko ba anye shode. Unye anye jashka njema yi. Uganda be amegba wona. Kenya be amegba wona. Anago mele on ame ya onto wo Mingpanify manage wo be ye nye ya ne Bukom Arena jema yi no one you dominate championship fighters.
So I had dominate.
Of course.
So
no one you're winning, at least you've heard winning. Yeah.
All right. So yes, Kabek Fight Night. We'll see how it all goes through. I think, Fred, we can go straight to our Facebook page because we put the question up there. We wanted to find out from you guys where you think we are in the process of reforming Ghana football. Critical question. We'll get onto our Facebook page now and see who have come up with some comments. There are other things we're going to be looking up as we go through this one, and we'll see. Okay, let's see if we got some messages very shortly as we roll that on your screen too. Okay. Yes. We are seeing some steps to bring back effective and a workable GFA. The suspension of 74 referees by the Referees Association is a good step. Anas number 12 expose will definitely yield some positive results. Emmanuel Lafori says too early, but I will say yes because the dilemma in the Ghanaian sports is changing. Philip Ahuma says nothing better. We are still marking time. Nothing has been said about our league, and I don't think the whole GFA has been dissolved. We are waiting for full overhauling of the FA. Mustafa Yakubu says not yet. It will take time for the government to clean the Nyantechi mess. Wow. Aidu Bright says nothing. Talents are being wasted in the process. Moses Gunu says, yeah, only mouth and talk plenty. Nicholas Bando Dominant says, nothing has been done fast to improve Ghana football. Kwajuado says, if there has been any, I'm yet to experience it. Stephen Echo Anaman, too early a time. Let's wait small. Madrisu Berima or Brahima says, still not seen any progress yet. Kwesi Kwache says, not yet. Better late than never. Joseph Van Amwa says, not yet. Interesting discussion we're going to have over the next 20 minutes here with Coach Christopher Nemley. And first point of call, Coach, do you think we have progressed? Do you think we have moved?
From the analysis expose? No, obviously it has to be no. For me, the only thing that has been done is to go and then try and liquidate the FA in the law court. The injunction, yes, but these things personally are not integral part of what a proper reform should be like. For me, I'm interested in seeing our football being played. So I have always said, and not I alone, so many people with good brains, we've all said, the likes of Dr. Kwame Banyakun, the likes of Alaji Gruza, who is also a very, very intelligent, distinguished man who's done football to the highest level. We've all said that dissolution of the FA shouldn't have been the starter. It shouldn't have gone there at all. But the government still thinks that that is the way to go. But having said that, there's no clear-cut indication as to how we are going to do these things. And to me, we have gotten to the stage where it has to be government leading the way. And government leading the way doesn't mean that they'll have to dominate whatever reforms is going to be done all by themselves. Bring the clubs on board and sit on the
They attempted to bring the clubs on board, i.e. tell Gauka, give us ideas to want to
no,
go,
no,
give us your new ideas.
No.
And Gauka says you don't even have the locals to discuss this.
That I agree. Look, if you want to get this thing done and done properly, the two-man liaison committee was set up for a specific purpose. You see, it is only the black man who thinks that outside his responsibility, he knows it all, so he can extend his responsibility outside things that he's not been given jurisdiction to do. The white man never does that. So if in the interest or in the minds of the liaison committee, they think that because of that rapport that they've got with FIFA and CAF and government, which of course to me I think is a great rapport, they could easily go back, or they should have gone back to FIFA and CAF and say, look, we have something going with you people. We want to see our football come back. So can you extend our mandate beyond just looking after our national teams to ensure that they go and participate in every FIFA competition? Can you give us the room so that we can begin to talk to them? Because at the end of the day, when the normalization committee is set in, these are the things that will be done. So yes, now that the black princesses are in France, the black queens are definitely in Pram, AFCON preparing. The black satellites tomorrow will be playing against what? Mali, in Benin. After that, what happens to the liaison committee? Do we dissolve them? Because then that would have
AFCON
clearly
qualify coming up.
AFCON, the Black Star plays in September. After the two back-to-back games of the Black Stars, going to the next important calendar will be that of the AFCON,
yes.
the women's AFCON in November. But beyond that, if you really want to do other things beyond that, look, like our minister met the CAF president, not as part of the discussions. Can you, through you, talk to FIFA, let them allow us, together with the liaison committee, to extend our tentacles a bit wider, to begin to look at the reforms of our game, or begin to do so many things that will enable us to play our football very early. So me, I agree with those people who are saying the liaison committee don't have the mandate. But even if they do, because that they don't have the mandate, are they, these two gentlemen, my own boss, Otiakinton, and then Dr. Amwa, do you think they have what it takes to single-handedly do the job?
Let me put this one here, because you see, truly, there's been a discussion that has been going, back and forth, and the football people say we can deal with the mess ourselves. We can deal with the mess ourselves. No matter what government does, football will still come to football people. That in which we agree. I'm going to ask three questions. Question number one: Do you think the football people know exactly what must be done? Do they know exactly what their problems are?
I think
because for all the talk on radio, is give football back to us. We can do it. It's do this. I've not heard anybody tell me exactly what the problem is.
I think yes and no. Yes, because they can easily go to FIFA, look at what FIFA says. Because this is not the first time such a thing is happening.
Yeah.
There are precedents all over the world.
Yeah.
So they have history to guide them. No, because they've not conducted themselves very, very well. Today, there is GACA. The next moment, there is another association. The next moment, somebody goes to court. The next moment, no, for me, I condemn the court issue. The government going to court, I say it's not the way. The FA surely will not sit down for, the ESCO. Those people should have done the right. Although I agree that within the ESCO themselves, there were certain people who were tempted in the expose, who stood their ground and kept some level of dignity of themselves and their family, and for that matter, of the black man, and for that matter, of the Ghanaian. So you wouldn't say that all those people should be kicked out. But in the interest of the game as a whole, these people could have at least resigned. And then because the football people will come, look, for example, is it, I've forgotten the man, is it a year or somebody, the one who really distinguished himself?
That's a year.
If you really want to go back to the ESCO or to become an ESCO member again, that to me is a massive campaign message. Look, I was given the money and I turned it down. So would you want to do without me? No, football people themselves are very intelligent. So they will easily restore such a person back to the ESCO. So for me, yes, because they have, if you listen to Kujo Fiano and co, who are very close to this, they have history to guide them, and they have precedents that FIFA themselves have used. So they can use that to get the problems. And that is where I think government can ensure that, look, now I want to be a major stakeholder in this. So in addressing the problem, this is what I want to see done. A, B, C, D. And the football people themselves know that they need government to reform football.
Okay, you see, Coach, now let's look at it this way, because I've realized, and my own analysis would say that, look, the key problem of the football, or the Ghana Football Association, as it were, one, the electoral college,
surely,
for both the RFAs and everything that goes on, the electoral college is problematic.
Surely, I agree.
And it's a system that has been collapsed. You see, that's what I'm saying. So when, maybe next week or in the coming weeks, I want to start engaging football people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put direct questions to them and say, all right,
this is what you have.
I'll say, Palmer, this is the problem right now. I think that your electoral college is problematic. People can easily ride over and make themselves powerful when they come into it.
Exactly.
What would you do, Palmer? Or what would you do, Delali Senaya? What would you do, Frank Nelson?
What would you do, George Friye?
To change the electoral college. One, not take the stakeholders out.
No.
But make it difficult
for anybody to influence.
To compromise.
That's it.
You see, these are like the sort of analysis I want to see coming up.
Exactly.
And I don't get that. I mean, I'm like, what would you expect us to do with the ethics committee that makes it absolutely independent? Where should we place the Ghana Football or the Premier League board? I mean, who should sit on who? And we have to get structures, because human beings will always be fallible.
Of course.
Human beings are fallible. No matter what,
of course.
You can even bring an angel. If the system is compromising, and he will compromise and do whatever he will do.
He becomes corrupt.
I've said always, you don't carry somebody from Kumasi or from wherever in Ghana. You can you can go and take somebody from a deep village somewhere.
Yes.
Where they urinate on walls and stuff. Put him inside Golden Tulip. He can't do that.
Exactly.
Because the environment says you just can't do that.
Exactly. And then in addition to that, we should have a term limit to.
So my point is, I need to, and maybe we need to do that, and that way Ghanaians will be convinced that football people know their way forward.
Of course.
Because for now the whole talk is just bring the football back. We'll do our thing. But at the moment, I can't trust Congress. I can't trust Congress.
Of course.
To come up with quality decisions.
Of course.
With what we've got there.
Because if you listen to some of them speak, they go and they say all that happens at. I've been there. I mean, I've witnessed.
Oh, I've seen it. I was
twice,
there. Twice.
And then after that, I decided.
Even when a so-called good point is made.
Once people fail to look into the issues and they just brush it aside, and then
I remember the one I almost cried at, and I said, look, there are so many processes, too many days for somebody to react when someone has come to report, something of a sort. And so let's reduce it to 24 hours to expedite action on that. They said, no, 3 days.
So that people will find a way of bending the rules, somebody getting in
so
to change something in the system. So
look, George, is that Congress?
George, you and I here clearly understands what the problem is. And therefore we know that this.
But do they understand what the problem is?
That is the problem. Some of them do. I won't sit here and say the likes of Palmer and the likes of Alaji Gruza, Kudufiano, they don't understand. No, I won't do that. It would be too unfair to their intelligence if I were to sit here and to say that. But the fact of the matter is, somebody will have to show the way, and that is the government of the day. So show the way, bring them on board. Okay, this is the problem. Do we all admit to the problem? Yes. What do we do to fix it? Now start fixing it. Okay, first and foremost, the Ghana Football Association, something that should solely belong to the people of this country, have certain names on it as their bona fide property, limited liability company. First and foremost, we agree that we need to get rid of those things. You clear them out of the way. Then, Referees Association, Football Association. Should our game be managed by the Ghana Football Association, our league, I mean? No, it has to go to what? The PLB. They will have to take full charge. These are things we've been saying for years. But like we said, the system did not allow it to happen. So we've been given the perfect opportunity. But for me, 2 months into the expose, I think we've not made any headway.
Crucial point. Another thing I was going to ask you.
Any headway
Another thing I was going to ask you, and I know we've got some football people watching us. And when we invite you on Sports Review, I am personally going to dedicate a segment to football people sitting here. And I will ask you questions about what I think are problems. I want you to come out and convince Ghanaians that you can do the job.
Exactly.
Now, I was going through it.
We've had Keto Kweku here before.
Yes, we're going to bring that.
Ken has been here before. He's one person I've not heard speak on these matters. Yes. And look,
I am
to
going
be honest,
to keep that.
I really do want to have
him here on the show.
And then get him
I'll
to
be here with Chris. We'll have a football person here. And we were going to rotate this. Now, another thing I was thinking about, when I was going through the whole football, I said, look, how come there is no avenue for all Premier League owners to sit down and talk?
Shocking.
All they do is appoint representatives.
Shocking.
Who don't care. Shocking. Some don't even go for meetings.
Shocking.
So where? Togbia Fede, Otumfo, where are the owners of the club? Do they sit down to say, this is our league? They are too powerful than the FA if they sit down.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Otumfo and Togbia alone.
Goodness me.
And I was saying that this whole problem here,
these two very powerful
can
men
walk to the presidency,
these
do this or do that.
Very powerful men can easily step in and say, look,
Nana Jimabedu,
give us the
look, I don't understand.
3. So step government. We want to work with you. So please.
So because why don't we have a forum? Why don't we have that forum? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Why don't we have the forum?
I don't know. Maybe they'll be the best people
because
to
you use your money.
Because
you put your money in
just during the week. Just during the week, Nana Jimabedu, I was told or I heard gave the players close to $35,000 as part payment or like full payment for arrears in salaries to get to motivate them to play against ASEC in the next game,
Confederations Cup
game. So if Nana have seen the need to pump that amount of money to pay people,
Nana must be taking
Nana must be directly involved in whatever decision. These are the sort of reforms we want to see.
Because
if you look at the pedigree of Nana, if Nana were to be at Congress, if he raised his hand to talk, nobody sitting on the high table of Congress can get him to what?
Nobody.
Because Nana sends a representative who goes
and is highly compromised. Even care. Like,
and he goes there, he just sits there,
he just sits down,
and whatever happens, happens. And we need to change that. So, look, I've said it time and time and again. People like Nana, people like Otumfo, people like Togbia Fede, name them.
Just a meeting you have. Any meeting that has got
that is why
has got
that is why
Togbia Fede has got Nana.
I would not accept that we cannot solve this out of the court. Because if you look at those who directly pump their money into football, and you look at their pedigree, their integrity, their stature in society, and for that matter, this country at large, they are so powerful. And for me, I'm shocked that Toby Afede, Nana Ajimambedu, the Otumfo, the greatest king, you may like it or hate it. I think he's the greatest king of the land. The Otumfo himself have not added, they've not added their voice to what is happening. I think if these three great chiefs were to even go and see the government of the day, this thing will be brought out of the court.
It's because there is no forum for owners of clubs in Ghana.
And who do you blame for that? You blame them. You blame them for that.
I can understand it.
You blame them for that.
Coach, tell me, have you had any Ghana Premier League season end and you had a conference for coaches to sit down and talk about the season and say, we had 25 set pieces in the whole season, only 10 was scored, so we have to move towards this way.
Even that, what should have been done? After all these, for example, what you just cited, you get the winning coach to explain
how he won
the league, tactically, game after game, and then after doing the explanation, then he picks 1 or 2 difficult or 3 difficult games where he had to practically go against his own identity.
It's done in the UK.
It is done everywhere in the world.
Coaches meet
just before the season. Just before the season kicked off yesterday in the EPL. The coaches met on Wednesday. They all met and then they were given, what do we expect from what we expect from you? How is your team going to play? And all. They talk about all those things so that, you see, the game has evolved and we want it to get to the level that we all expect it to be. So look, George, I think this reform matter. 2 months, players are suffering. They are not to be blamed for this. They are the protagonists. After all the reforms, if our players were to get onto the pitch and not deliver, we will still not go and watch the game. So we should think about the players first. And I think if we have the thinking of the players, if we have them in mind, and look, I had to give some two of the, I'm not going to mention the team's name. They called me about a week ago saying that, coach, and I told them that, look, give me about a week and I'll get something for you guys. So just yesterday, I was at Laura Boni for the EPL, and I had to get them to come there, and I took my pocket money and gave to them. It has to stop. I gave to them yesterday. I will not give to them again tomorrow. So if they don't get somebody giving to them again, what becomes of them? What happens to them? So in the interest of these players, some of us are pleading sincerely to the minister, to the government, to very powerful people of this country, like Otumfo, like Nana Ajimambedu, like Toby Afede. Now look, it is time you guys get involved in this. Please, let's get involved in this, and let's get this problem solved once and
I
for all.
think
we are more than capable. Once the Ghanaian says he's going to get it done, the Ghanaian is more than capable of solving his problem. So let's get the problem solved, and let's move on with our game.
Yeah, well, we made the point about this. You know what? Government might be truly thinking about what Ghanaians feel. So government might be on the political target and say that, look, the Ghanaians want to see the Ghana Football Association, totally dissolved, which is factual on ground. But the thing is that there has to be a clear stance here.
You don't forget.
If government's position on dissolving the FA will change, it should be totally informed by Ghanaians moving away from dissolve the FA to we think the football people can do the job.
Of course.
And the gap between the two is that football people now have to step on platforms, not to cry about the situation, but to begin to speak well for people to know and they know what they are talking about.
Bring out what they think should be done.
Yeah, because we don't hear that.
No, we don't hear that.
I had an interesting chat with Randy Abbey, and Randy Abbey was saying some fantastic things. He's been able to explain and say some great things that should be done. Then I said, Randy, what do you do to your Congress? Because that's the problem.
He hardly goes for Congress. He hardly goes for Congress.
Even if you came for Congress,
I don't remember the last time that he was at Congress.
Yeah, if you came for Congress and it's 1 or 2 guys, you've left Congress to a bunch of representatives who don't necessarily
don't
have
carry
the class
weight.
at
I mean,
heart,
oh, come
and
on,
they don't have weight. And they've been always, and I was just thinking, I was saying, okay, so why don't you have club owners meeting? Is it because Kwasi Nyantakyi himself came from being a rep of Wild Stars before he became an owner of Wild Stars? Is that the trajectory? What exactly is the problem?
No,
but
he can come from nowhere
and I say that
and
we
become
have,
somebody.
and I say that we have powerful men who own clubs.
Of course.
And they are powerful than any FA.
Of course.
Powerful than any executive committee. Why are they quiet?
The amount of money Otumfuo, Toba, Fede, and Nana Domahini, and the rest come into football.
I mean,
the likes of George
President Akufo-Addo himself, if he's invited to a meeting of Togwe, of Atumfuo, and of Nana Dimambedu,
for me,
it's a delicate meeting.
Look, we can get this thing sorted.
Let me activate my phone lines now. 0302-211-691-692. 0302-211-691 or 692. You can call us now. When you call, first 5 callers, you are taking your ticket for the Kabik Fight Night. Of course, tonight at the Bukom Arena. We'll have our producer take your names, and you should be fine as you go through that. So let's know, where do you think we are in the process of reforming Ghana football? And we have gone through this over and over again.
As a result of...
It will be interesting because we want to see the likes of Albert come in. I want to go straight to executive committee members.
The likes of
Frank Nelson, to Delali Senaya, to Keto Kreku. Come, we'll have to invite to the show. And come and show us that you can do the job. I mean, I've heard so much about we can do it. So much about we can do it.
Tell us how you're going to do it.
If you have 6 wise men and they are in the midst of average men, when it's time to vote on something that the wise men have brought up, the average will say, we don't want it.
We don't want it.
And, it's
and
a
that becomes
numbers. So forget it.
Yes, that's it.
That you were good, that you were, forget it, because the numbers will vary. That's why I have a problem with the Electoral College. I have a problem with Congress itself, and I have a problem with all these things that are going on. If they can convince us that they can solve that, and I think they should be able to convince us on that.
They know exactly what to do. As to what
0302-211-691-692. Benjamin is calling us from Sunyani. Ben, how are you doing this morning?
By God's grace, I'm doing great.
Good, good. Benjamin, you've won a ticket, but you're in Sunyani. Are you going to come to watch the Kabik Fight Night?
I wish I have a way and means to come there, but I can't make it.
You can't make it, so you pass it on to
I'll
someone.
give the opportunity for residents in Accra, but my interest is to contribute.
All right. Very good, very good. Let me hear from you now, Ben.
Yeah, I strongly believe that we have a long way to go in reforming our football. But I strongly believe that, yes, just like you people have said, where the powerful men who invest money in the clubs should rise up and then talk. But from a look of things, it is like those who are making much noise are those who benefit directly from the rot that went on.
Yes, exactly. And that's what's making Ghanaians even more angry and more like tightening government's position.
I am very angry when I hear people like that talking, because you've been there all this while. You couldn't make any impact. You couldn't change anything. It is as if they are giving the players anything good. But if you look at it, the players don't largely depend on whatever they are earning from what they call the soccer. Because it is something little.
That's true.
We have ways and means of surviving. I'm telling you, I know how much others even pay their players. 1.5 million. It's not enough to even take care of the person for even 3 days. So to me, I believe that, yes, much as I want reforms to be done, I also believe that the committee that has been set up currently to manage our soccer should as well be telling us exactly what we are doing currently. Just to keep us informed, because we want to know the progress of work. We cannot be sitting down there and say that, yes, they are working, but in actual sense, we don't know as to whether those who have been put there, if they have enough expertise, to manage whatever is going on, is another question. So if you lack certain expertise, it's just a matter of seeking for help from outside sources to enable you put up whatever you want to do. And in reforming, I believe that when we do the right thing, it's going to help us, because especially my interest has to do with young guys who travel to Europe, and then the clubs will just come and pick them there. They'll go and say that you didn't see anything good, weakening our clubs and whatnot. So I strongly believe that when they are able to come down here and set up academies so that it builds up and then transfers into our clubs, we'll be able to win the championship that we won in the past, and for so many years we've not been able to do anything. But it will build our clubs as well, like us, Accra, Kotoko, and other teams, so that we'll be able to compete favorably with Asec Mimosas, the Esperance, and other things, and win the championship that has eluded us for so many years. These are the things that I want to see them put in place.
Thank you, Ben.
You made some fantastic points.
Fantastic points. The Ochre is calling us. Ochre, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. Ochre, where are you calling us from?
Well, I'm calling you from Aguna Swedro.
Oh, Aguna Swedro as well. You have a ticket here at Kabik.
Thank you very much for the program this morning.
Yeah.
I think there has been a wonderful submission there.
Yeah.
But one thing I want us to know is that when there hasn't been this issue, were we doing football in Ghana? What we were doing, was it sport football as compared to what has been done
elsewhere? Not quite.
Not really.
People were just picking people, using them for money.
Yeah.
How can you employ a footballer, a talented footballer, and you pay him 300 Ghana cedis at the end of the month? And this time you are coming to tell me because government has dissolved it, they are hungry. Were they not hungry before? The right hand must be done, and it must be done on the right way.
Okay.
What I'm praying for is that the government will put good measures in place. That before you register a football club in Ghana here, the standard must be met.
We have club licensing.
People will not just pick people and say, I'm breeding talent, I'm helping them, and at the end of the day, they give them nothing. The players go and play, and even when they get injured, there's no insurance for them, and all those stuff. My brother, people have been suffering. Some of us, we entered into football, and there was nothing good for us.
Good.
People are just making money out of people's work. So the right thing must be done.
Autry, thank you very much. Autry, thank you very much for that. You have a story to tell. I wish we could meet sometime and talk about it. Thank you, Autry. Kojo is calling us from Tema. Kojo, good morning.
Good morning, Adovic.
Kojovic, how are you doing? Do you have a ticket? Do you want to pick it up?
No, Adovic. Maybe
boxing. Okay, football. Okay, it's a now can you go?
Master can say, football people.
Yeah.
They are no football people. January, when I'm football people. And I am supporters.
Yeah.
Almost from home, a football people, no pension, no question, executive council, no magic, a blaster, bonus. But the cat say no magic, no match, no much edgy. No, any near home. Prayers, only to your capapa. 50 Ghana, 30 Ghana a month, in a prayer no Braben or the book. Yet, not prayer, a bobo, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Pakistan, and a bobo. Yet, you could
all right, I get it.
14 bag now, or Tiwana. Almost young can have some of the some football mom. You see, me, I'm a tea. Almost reconsider the poeting back.
All right, thank you very much for your call. Well, I think that's about it for our phone calls. What we've got time. So.